Guys, for this tutorial you will need a tapestry needle, a 5.5mm crochet hook, a 5mm crochet hook, scissors, and measuring tape. The yarn we'll be using today will be the Big Twist 100% acrylic value yarn and also the Red Heart yarn, which this is the exact yarn. My apologies, this is the exact yarn on the back, and this yarn is called Slime. The very first step to creating this skirt would be to create a slip knot. So I hold my yarn with my thumb and my pointer finger, then I put it between my ring finger and my pinky, and I just put the needle through the back. Now with these two fingers, my thumb and my pointer, I'm just going to pull this yarn to the back. And now what I'm going to do is wrap around, pull through this loop, and tighten it. Now that you've done that, you want to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now that we've chained 6, you want to double crochet in all of the top loops going down, making sure to skip this very first stitch, which would have been our 6th stitch. So we're going to skip this stitch, go into this top loop with a double crochet. So we're going to wrap around, go through this top loop, wrap around, pull through the loop we just went through. Now we have 3 loops on our needle. We're going to wrap around, pull through 2, wrap around, pull through 2. Again, wrap around, go through the top loop. Again, wrap around, go back through that loop. We have 3 loops on our needle, wrap around, pull through 2, wrap around, pull through 2. So you're going to do that all the way down. So you should have 5 double crochets going all the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that you have 5 double crochets, you want to chain 1. Make sure the chain is loose. Do not make it tight. So chain 1, turn your work. Now we're going to double crochet going all the way across, making sure we're going through both loops. So wrap around, go through there, wrap around, going all the way through. We're going to double crochet all the way across. Chain 1, turn your work, repeat. Oops, messed up just a little bit. Again, chain 1, turn your work, repeat. And you want to keep doing this until it could fit around your waist. But make sure that when you wrap it around your waist that you're stretching it just a bit, because this is acrylic yarn. So it does get heavy and stretch a bit. So I would recommend to make it 1/2 inch to 1 inch smaller than your waist. Because with this method of making a waistband, it does have stretch to it, which you'll see once you make it longer, which I will come back once I'm done. Once you finish your waistband, it should look something like this. So I am a extra small size 0 in jeans. So for me, I did 53 rows, but you could do as many rows as you desire. You can either measure it to your own waist, or if you're making it for somebody else, you could just use a waistband. A tape measurer. And when you measure on a tape measurer, I would advise to slightly stretch it, because you don't want it to fit exactly right, only because acrylic yarn does expand. So now what you want to do, you want to switch to your 5mm crochet hook. You'll want to put both ends together. We're going to begin single crocheting all the way down, but first we're going to slip stitch into the stitch right across. So we're going to put our needle through the hole, wrap around, and we're going to pull the needle through every loop that's on the hook and tighten it. Then we're going to go in the first double crochet stitch from this side, and then we're going to go right back into that same exact hole with a single crochet. Then we're going to do the same thing again, next double crochet stitch, then the next hole, single crochet, next double crochet stitch, next hole, single crochet, next hole, single crochet. You should have 5 single crochets, so I have 1 more, and the last hole, single crochet. Now what you want to do is chain 1 and flip your work right side out. So this single crochet row will get flipped this way. So now we're going to begin single crocheting all the way across. So my trick to single crocheting on a waistband, you should have 2 single crochets per double crochet row. So because I did 53 double crochet rows for my waistband, I will have around 106 single crochets going all the way around. So this is 1 row right here for a double crochet. So I'm going to go into this back loop right here with a single crochet. Then there's going to be a hole right here that I'm going to go in, single crochet. Then now for this next stitch, well, row, you'll see that if you pull it apart, it'll be 2 holes, 1 right here, 1 right here. Go in there, single crochet, then the next one, single crochet. Then the next stitch, loop in the back, pull next to it, and again, you open that double crochet, and be a hole right here, single crochet, single crochet. You're gonna repeat that all the way around until you get to the end. Once you get all the way around, it should look something like this. So now that you've single crochet all the way around, you want to go into the very first single crochet that you did on the round with a slip stitch. Then now we're going to switch colors. So we're just going to make a chain, tighten it. We're going to cut our work. And now we're going to begin working in rounds with the next color. Now I'm switching to the Red Heart Super Saver yarn in color Retro Stripe, my apologies. So to switch over to this yarn, you'll want to go ahead and make your slip knot to start off. Now you're gonna take it off the needle, which I'll switch back to my 5.5mm hook. In this very first single crochet that you did going around where you cut your work off, you're gonna go back in that hole. Now you're gonna put this piece of yarn, the slip knot that you created, put it through the needle, and then pull it through the hole, wrap around, and tighten it. So now what we wanna do, we'll want to go back in that same exact hole with a double crochet. Then we're gonna go on the next stitch with a double crochet. Next stitch, double crochet. And as we're double crocheting, we are going to be hiding our ends so we can have less weaving to do at the end. So we're just double crocheting. So going into those single crochet stitches with double crochets. And we're going to do that all the way around. So finishing this row. So what I'm doing for the second row, you'll need to do for all even rows. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, all even rows. So you're going to slip stitch into the upcoming stitch, the first stitch on the round. So you're going to slip stitch, pull your needle through, and pull it through. Now you don't want to tighten it, so it should look like this. So I'm going to do it one more time. So I'm going to do a slip stitch into the next row one more time for y'all. So go into the next double crochet, which will be the double crochet on your round. Wrap around, so you just go to just lay it around or wrap it around if you need to. Pull through all loops on the needle, making sure that this is loose. So now what you want to do is chain 2, and you're not going to go into the same stitch you just slip stitch in. You're going to go into the next stitch with a double crochet. So you'll want to double crochet all the way around until you get to the end, and I will show you what you need to do for the 3rd row and all other odd number rows. Now we'll get to the end of our 2nd row, and for all even rows, you'll have that slip stitch you created right here. You're going to go in there with a double crochet, and that will cover the stitch that you skip right here, so that will take up for this stitch. So now for the 3rd row and all odd rows, you're going to stick your needle through the next double crochet or the very first double crochet on the round, if that's what you want to call it, with a slip stitch. And make sure this time you actually do tighten it. Now you're going to want to chain 2, go back into that same stitch you just slip stitched in with a double crochet, and you're going to double crochet all the way around. So you're going to do that for the 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9, 11, all odd rows. I'm coming up to the end of doing my 3rd row, and I'm just going to show you again what to do when starting your even rows. 2, 4, 6, 8. Slip stitch into the first double crochet on that round. Make sure the slip stitch is loose. Chain 2, double crochet into the next stitch, not the stitch that you just slip stitch in, with a double crochet, then double crochet all the way around. We just finished our 4th row, which is yet another even row. So I'm going to show you one more time how we'll end off the even rows and start the odd rows. So here goes the slip stitch that we created. You're going to go in there with a double crochet. Now we're going to go into the next stitch, which will be the first stitch that we did on the round, with a slip stitch. Make sure we tighten it. Chain 2. Go back in that stitch with the double crochet, and we're going to double crochet all the way around. We're going to use these techniques that I've taught you all so far to create the entire skirt until we get to the ruffles. So what you'll want to do is continue to do rounds of how many rows you desire. I am going to do around 17 rows because I want my skirt to be a mini skirt. And once I finish all 17 rows, I will get back and show you all how to create the ruffles. Then we'll move on to creating the top to go with this skirt. So as you guys can see, I'm coming to the end of my skirt. So far, I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 rows because I want my skirt to be really mini, like a mini skirt, but like really mini. Altogether, that is 9.5 inches. Of course, you can make your skirt as long or as short as you want. So now I'm going to switch back over to the Big Twist Value yarn in color Slime. So to do this, I'm going to slip stitch into this next upcoming stitch, wrap my yarn around, pull through all loops on the needle, tighten that. Then I'm just going to wrap around, pull through, tighten that, and I'm going to cut my work off. My scissors are a bit dull, as you can see. So now, still using the 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. Let's pull that all the way through. I'm going to go ahead, make my slip knot, wrap it in the back, wrap around, pull through, take it off the needle, put it through the hole we just created the slip knot through. You're gonna put it back on the needle and pull the yarn through the hole, wrap around, pull through. So now that you've done that, we're going to start with the ruffles. So for the ruffles, you want to do 4 double crochet stitches per stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's in 1 stitch. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, let me grab some yarn. Sorry about that. So again, 4 double crochet stitches in each stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. So far, this is what we have. I have exactly 1 more stitch to do. So I'm going to do 4 double crochets into this last stitch. So 1, 2, 1, 3. 1 more. 4. So if you would like, you can go all the way around 1 more time with a double crochet. But if you do go around 1 more time, so slip stitch into the next stitch, pull it through, chain 1, go into that same stitch with the double crochet. And then if you're going around 1 more time with the double crochet, you just go around in each stitch with the double crochet with no type of increase at all. You're just gonna go in each stitch with the double crochet. But if you don't want to do that and you feel like this is enough length for you, you're going to slip stitch into the next stitch, pull your yarn through, chain 1. You're going to switch to your 5mm crochet hook, and you're going to single crochet in each stitch all the way around to end your skirt off. So personally, I'm going to do another row of double crochet with no increase, just double crocheting in each stitch, my apologies. Then I'm going to single crochet all the way around, and then we'll come back once I've done that and I'll show you how it looks so far. The skirt is now finished. I've done 2 rows for the ruffle and then I finished it off with the single crochet. Now what you'll want to do is pull out your tapestry needle along with your scissors. So let me just pull mine out. Scissors, tapestry needle. So you just want to weave in your ends. Weaving your ends, very simple. Thread your ends through your needle. When you weave in your ends, you just go in whatever available stitches there are in the very last row that you did. And I go in about 4 to 8 stitches. I don't go in, you don't have to go in too many because they're not going to see it or be able to tell. So I just went through a few, 4 to 8 typically. Cut my work off. And boom. So then off camera, I have already made my waistband, which I just did a chain that's twice my waist measurement. So my waist measurements are 26 inches. So I made a chain that was 52 inches. So now what you'll want to do to clean up your ends for your chain that you created as your drawstring for your skirt, you just want to weave it through the needle. And you see the back loops. We're just going to go into 4 of the back loops. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull it all the way through. Cut it. And tie it in a knot. If you have a little piece of yarn that comes out, you can just cut that off and boom. So we're going to do it again. Weave it through. Go through 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pull through, tighten, cut your work. Tighten the knot, and boom. So now you're gonna turn your skirt opposite way that it just was, and you're going to weave your drawstring through. So I have 53 rows for my waistband. So you want to just do that by halves, which would be 26.5. So what you want to do is weave it through 26 stitches. So you'll do 53 divided by 2, whatever number divided by 2, and subtract 1 row. So for me, that will be 26. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 26. So we want to do the same thing for the opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 25, 26. So you want to meet the ends together and just pull so they can be even. So this is the middle back. This is the middle front. And this is what you just tighten the bow. This is what your skirt should look like so far. Well, not so far. We're done with the skirt, actually. Yay. So now we're going to move on to the top to go with this skirt. The top to go with this skirt will just be a very simple bralette. So you'll need the same exact tools. This is how the cup, we're gonna make 2 cups. This is how the first cup look, which I've done off camera so you all can see, have a visual first before starting. And then we're going to create another cup. So start off by chaining 10. 1, actually not 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now what you'll want to do, you'll want to skip the first stitch, go into this second stitch in the top loops, go all the way down with single crochets. So you should have 9 single crochets going down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now what you'll want to do, in the next stitch, we're going to put 3 double crochets in it. So this is how it looks so far. So you have 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, in this same exact hole that we just did, we're going to put 3 additional single crochets in it. 1, 2, and 3. It should look something like this. So then now we're going to single crochet all the way down. You should have 9 stitches going down. 1, 2, 5, 6. So you should have 9 going up, 3 single crochets, and then 9 going down. So what you want to do now is chain 1, turn your work. You're going to do 10 single crochets going up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then want to do, and this will be the 11th stitch. 3 single crochets in that stitch. 1, 2, 3. And then now you'll want to single crochet all the way down. You should have 10 stitches going down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now what you want to do, chain 1 to your work, single crochet up 11 now. So if you notice, each additional row will be 1 additional stitch going up and 1 going down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3 in that 12th stitch. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to single crochet all the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Chain 1 to your work. Now we're going to do 1 more row of single crochets before we lose our double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. In that 13th stitch, 3 single crochets, my apologies. Then you're gonna do 12 going down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now once you have 12 going down, you want to chain 1 to your work. And now we're gonna begin our double crochet rows. So now what you wanna do is double crochet up 13 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And at 14 stitches, 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to double crochet down 13 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 1 row of double crochets. The rest of the rows will be repetitive, my apologies, except each row you will be adding a stitch. So you see how we did. We initially started off with 9 single crochets, going up, 9 going down, 10 up, 10 down, 11 up, 11 down, 12 up, 12 down, then 13 double crochet up, 13 down. You're going to do that for every additional row. You're going to keep doing that until the cup fits you to your desire. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3. But notice already how the previous double crochet row had 13 going up and this one had 14 going up. That's what I mean. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And if I'm going a little fast, feel free to pause the video. So 14, so then my next row I'm going to have 15 going up, 3 double crochets in the 16th stitch, then 15 going down. 16, I'm on my last row, which so far I've finished 3 double crochet rows. Now I am on my 4th one, so it's 16. That's how it looks. 1, 2, 3 into that 17th stitch, Then you're going to do 16 double crochets going down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So you're going to keep doing double crochet rows until it fits your desired. However, mine fits when I do 4 rows. I am extra small. So all I need is 4 rows for it to fit me properly. For you, you may need more than 4, less than 4. It's up to you. So you continue to go around until it fits you to your desires. So now after completing all the rows needed, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, switch to your 5mm crochet hook. You're going to single up all the way until you get to the middle stitch where you will put your 3, typically your 3 double crochets in, but now it'll be 3 single crochets. So I will need to do 17 single crochets going up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So now in the 18th stitch, I'm going to do 3 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to stick a stitch marker or anything that I have available, because I know a lot of people don't use stitch markers. They use bobby pins or even just a scrap piece of yarn. I'm going to put it in the second single crochet we did in the stitch where we did 3 single crochets, because that's where our strap would be. And now I'm going to single crochet all the way down. Single crochet all the way down. Now what you'll do is do a chain, pull all the way through and tighten it. And now where your stitch marker is, you're going to put your needle through, create a slip knot, pull that through, and now you can take out your stitch marker. My apologies. You're going to wrap around, tighten it, and you're going to do 80 to 100 chains. So I will come back as soon as I completed my chains, which I'm going to do 80. So now you're going to wrap around, pull through. I already cut my work off on camera. You're just going to pull it through and tighten it. So now here goes 1 cup, which it may look a little funky right now. Once you put it on, it's going to lift your breasts really, really well. The second cup. So now you want to get your yarn and you're going to chain 10. So make a slip knot, chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now with your first cup, you're going to put the needle through the very last single crochet you did going down. Then you're going to wrap around, pull through, and wrap around, pull through too. So basically you just did a single crochet in that cup. So I'm going to do it again. Oop, a few of my stitches came out. Let me recount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So put your needle through the very last single crochet you did going down the cup, wrap, pull through, wrap around, pull through 2. So now what you want to do is single crochet all the way across your cup, making sure to go in any hole you see that is available. You single crochet rows. I'm just going in wherever holes that are available. That's just a technique that I use and that has worked for me since I've started creating bralettes, which was 7 years ago. Yes. Should look like this so far. Almost to the end of the first cup. Now I'm at the end of the first cup. It should look something like this. What you want to do is chain 1, and we're going to connect it to this one. So we're going to use the same technique where we went into the last single crochet, going down, put our needle through, wrap around, pull through, wrap around, pull through, 2. Now we're going to single crochet all the way across, again using the same technique, which is going through whichever holes available that we did for the other cup that's already has single crochets going all the way across. Once you single crocheted across, it should look, oops, yarn got a little tangled, something like this so far. Now what you want to do on this end, chain 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So turn your work. That 11th chain, you are not going to go in. So you're going to go into the top loop of the second chain, not this one, but the second one, which will be your 10th stitch going across, or your 10th chain. So go in there with a single crochet, go into the next top loop with a single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, single crochet. So I had 10 single crochets right here. Now you're going to single crochet in all of the previous single crochets, going all the way across until you get to the very end. So I'm at the middle where I did that 1 chain. Just going to go into the top loop of that and with the single crochet. Then you're going to single crochet all the way across until you get to the very end. Then at the end with these last 10 chains, you're going to go into the top loops with single crochets. Same as we did the opposite end with the 10 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now once you did that, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and we're going to do exactly 1 more row of single crochets. If you want to do more than 1 more row, you are free to do that, but I am going to do exactly 1 more row of single crochets. Once you've single crochet all the way across, so far it should look something like this. So now for the straps on both ends, Now this end you don't have to reattach anything because it's already attached basically. So chain 1, and you're going to go into this single crochet right here with a single crochet. Go into this hole right here with a single crochet, and go into this top loop right here with a single crochet. You're going to chain 1, turn your work. You're going to skip this stitch, go into the second single crochet with a single crochet, and the last one with a single crochet. So first row 3, second row 2, then chain 1, turn your work. You're going to repeat what you did for the second row, which was skip this stitch, go into this stitch with a single crochet. Then you're going to chain 80 stitches, then cut your work off. The opposite end, go ahead and make a slip knot. Now we're going to go through this top loop. So put your needle through the top loop, put your slip knot on the needle, pull through, wrap around, tighten. Now for the opposite side, make a slip knot. You're going to put your needle through this top loop, which if you pull the string, you'll be able to see where the top loop hole is. Then put your slip knot back on the needle, pull through the hole, wrap around, pull through, and tighten it. Now what you want to do is go back into that same exact stitch with a single crochet, go into this next hole with a single crochet, making sure that we're single crocheting over these 2 pieces of yarn so we won't have to weave it in later on. Then we're going to single crochet in this single crochet stitch right here. So that's 3 single crochets. So we're going to repeat the same process that we did on the opposite side. We chain 1, skip the first stitch, go into the second stitch with the single crochet, then single crochet in the next stitch. So it's 2 single crochets for the second row. Then chain 1, turn your work, skip stitch, go into the next stitch, single crochet. You should have 1 single crochet on that row. Then you're going to do 80 chains, or 80 to 120, whatever you desire to do. 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. So I'm going to cut my work off, create a chain, pull through to tighten it. So now the bralette is complete. We just have to weave in our ends. So for all of the chains that will be our straps, you're going to weave it in the exact same way we weaved in the drawstring for our skirt. So you're going to go into the first 4 loops, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the back, pull through, cut your work, tighten a knot. You're going to do that for the next 3 chains. So now we're going to turn to the back of our bralette where we have some strings hanging out. We're going to thread the strings, and we're just going to simply just weave them in. So what I like to do is weave them into like the first 4 to 8 stitches I see. Pull through, cut, and you can't see it anymore. So then right here, just going to weave it in 4 to 8 stitches. I just keep going until it feels like it's too tight and I won't be able to pull it through anymore. I just keep going. The right way is typically 4 to 8. Then this right here, I already single crochet that earlier to hide these over here. Single crochet those earlier. This over here, single crochet that to hide. Then we just have these 2. to hide, so weave it through. Just did a few stitches right there. Oh, I'm struggling right here, as you can see. Go through there, cut it, and our bralette is done. It should look something like this. Once you put it on, of course, it will look better. So now I am going to put it on the mannequin, the whole entire fit, and show y'all. And we have created our first tutorial. So yay. And guys, this is how the garment looks. Just beautiful.